Hello, and welcome to the UC Berkeley Global's online information session about the range of programs we have for semester or academic year-long visiting student experiences at UC Berkeley. I am Mariam Mohammed, and I am an admissions advisor for our UC Berkeley Global programs. I'll start by talking about UC Berkeley, then talk about the various programs you can apply to, what it's like to study in Berkeley, and then how you can apply for these amazing educational opportunities. If you have any questions during this presentation, go ahead and send them in. I'll do my best to answer your questions as I go through the presentation. So let's get started. UC Berkeley is located in California, which is on the west coast of the United States. In California, UC Berkeley is located a little north of the middle of the state, with San Francisco being the closest city. We're also very close to Silicon Valley, which is the hub and epicenter for advances in technology and product development. Welcome to Berkeley. UC Berkeley was founded in 1868, and since then, we've been guided by our motto, Fiat Lux, which means that our duty is to bring new knowledge to light for all students across the globe. For the past few years, UC Berkeley has been a top-ranked public university by U.S. News and World Report, by the Academic Ranking of World Universities, by Shanghai Jiao Tong University, and by the World Reputation Rankings by Times Higher Education in the UK. We are also number one on the Best Global Public University Rankings. We've shared these achievements and our world-class education to a global community of students. Today, 24% or 10,000 of our students come from countries outside of the United States, and these students are coming from 92 different countries across the globe. UC Berkeley has 14 colleges and schools. This includes business, engineering, letters and sciences, education, journalism, and many more. Some of the programs for international students that I'll be talking about today offer courses from specific colleges on campus or an opportunity to take a diverse set of campus courses. We offer short-term programming for international students who want to gain Berkeley quality education. We do not offer degrees. Some programs offer a certificate of completion. All options include access to an official transcript and the opportunity to transfer academic credit to your home university and add Berkeley to your resume. I want to mention that your certificate, transcript, and all visa documents will be issued by UC Berkeley Extension, which is the continuing education department of UC Berkeley. For those of you who are university undergraduates or recent university graduates or working professionals, we offer a wide range of options. Each of our global access programs is a study abroad option where you'll study with us for a semester or a full academic year. You'll earn university credits, take classes alongside domestic students, have numerous opportunities to sightsee the San Francisco Bay Area and California, and receive a world-class Berkeley education. I'll go into each of these program options in more detail in the following slides. The first is our UC Berkeley Global Access Program, also known as BGA, which provides you with an opportunity to take courses in a wide variety of subject areas that most interest you or that you won't find at your home university. I'd like to introduce you to BGA graduate Tillman Joseph Loschel, who completed one semester of this program. Get an inside look at his experience.
The Berkeley Global Access Program gives you the opportunity to really gain insights into challenging and innovative topics here on campus during the lectures, but also embrace new opportunities to meet new people while embracing new cultures. Hello, my name is Tillman from Germany, and I'm a visiting graduate student at the Berkeley Global Access Program. I think the unique benefit of this program is the possibility to choose from courses from certain departments where you maybe only have basic academic knowledge but a high personal interest. So this gives you really the opportunity to also gain an insight into areas that maybe would not be on your university schedule, which makes it quite interesting. The lectures are not only focused on, I would say, theoretical concepts, but also try to implement practical examples, which are often done with real-life case studies or by inviting guest speakers into the lectures, which I think is quite unique. The one-on-one time with teachers was also always quite personal. They knew my name, they knew my background, they knew the contributions I did in class, so it was really helpful to get their professional feedback. What I really enjoyed about my fellow Berkeley Global Access students was that they were all from different parts around the world and all had different focus in their study, which made discussion quite interesting because you had such different point of views on the same problem, which was quite enriching. Everybody I met in the BGA program had a certain drive, so they had a certain problem they wanted to overcome, they had a certain goal they wanted to achieve. Besides the social and administrative support we got from the BGA program, there was also many resources focused on career development. These consisted of CV and resume workshops on how to apply to grad school. We had a career development course here, which gave units but was free for everybody participating in the BGA program. California is known as the Golden State, and this was also a thing when I arrived here. We drove the BART from the airport to Berkeley, across San Francisco, so getting a view on this huge city with the large skyscrapers, but then arriving at Berkeley, which is a little bit smaller, but really a familiar town where you have the whole city life playing around the campus. I traveled to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Vancouver, also Hawaii, which I think is not always given, that you have this freedom to combine your studies with also a great personal experience. I would recommend this program for future students because I think the time here at Berkeley really helped me to find my specific area of academic interest and how no other program combines world-leading teaching with such a broad extracurricular environment, as well as being at the center of innovation and culture in the Bay Area.
You can study in Berkeley during the fall term, which runs from August to December. You can study in the spring term, which begins in January and ends in May, or you can do both fall and spring terms, studying and experiencing all of Berkeley for a full academic year. So let's get into the details of our Berkeley Global Access program. You can take a mix of classes from arts and humanities, engineering, languages, mathematics and sciences, or social sciences. These courses can be related to your major or classes that you find interesting as part of your overall visiting student experience. You can take between 12 and 15 units, which is 4 to 5 credit-bearing courses. Not all courses are available, so you'll need to be flexible in the courses that you want to take. We have staff here who can help you pick and choose the courses that will meet your academic goals and interests. The program provides a lot of additional academic support, including learning about graduate school admissions if you're interested in attending a graduate school. You'll also receive career advising if you want to go straight into the workforce after you complete your undergraduate studies. You also have the opportunity to obtain recommendation letters from Berkeley faculty. The ability to take classes with matriculated Berkeley students was a great perk for recent graduate Yannick Sauerbier, who says that a highlight was the chance to work together with Berkeley students within the courses. Let's hear from Yannick about his time in BGA.
My name is Yannick. I'm from Germany and I'm currently participating in the Berkeley Global Access program. A highlight for me during the BGA program was really the chance to work together with Berkeley students within the courses, so you're not really separate from the other students but really engaged together in the projects and in the coursework. I would really recommend the BGA program to other students, especially if you're considering to go to graduate school in the US, specifically if you want to go to Berkeley, or if you also just consider migrating maybe to the US and taking a job here. I'm either going to graduate school in Europe or the US, or I'm taking a job, and Sally's course really helped me to get my documents ready to work on my applications, but also now that I'm interviewing for different roles, it really helps me get that right, especially also in the US specific context.
I'd also like you to meet graduate Cesar Salcedo, who also had an amazing time in Berkeley and was excited about taking really interesting Berkeley courses that he couldn't take at his home university.
My name is Cesar Salcedo. I'm an undergrad student from Lima, Peru. One of the highlights I have from my experience here at the PGA program is that I got to connect to many students. In particular, I got to go to one workshop in machine learning that was on Berkeley Artificial Intelligence Research Lab. And so I got to get to know many of the PhD students and especially the professor I wanted to work with. So that was very special. I would definitely recommend the BGA program to other students because I got to learn this has been one of the best experiences I had so far. What I would recommend is if you are striving to do something great, you'll find many people around here that are also very passionate about what they are working on, what they are pursuing for their careers. And so you'll learn a lot from their experience to help yourself to grow.
Remember when I said that the BGA program can help you get a step ahead? That's due to our exclusive U.S. graduate school preparation course with Sally Clapper. In this one-unit course, Sally will help you identify your strengths and apply them through skill building. You will have the opportunity to take advantage of coaching, workshops, guest speakers, panels, and more. Let's hear from Sally about why this coaching course is so important.
Hi, I'm Sally Clapper, and I'm an instructor with the Berkeley Global Access program teaching their career development and coaching course. While I was very successful at marketing products, it didn't have the same meaningful purpose to me, and I had missed working with young adults and watching them succeed and helping them to see the best in themselves and helping them to believe in the best in themselves and what they could reach for and what they could accomplish. The career development class is more than just career development. It does go over all of the aspects that someone would need to land an internship or a job. First of all, you have to have your clarity of where you want to go and what you want to do. And then you have to have the assets. And then you need to know how to network and to interview. And then all the other nuances that go into actually getting that offer. Very similar to that are students who are trying to apply to graduate schools. And so there's this real crossover in terms of how can these students write about themselves, but also then when it comes to being in person, how can they present themselves in a way that will show that they're a strong candidate? You have to be genuine. And for many people also, you have to sell yourself, right? This is the one time where you kind of have to be able to brag about yourself and show how you stand out and show those strengths. This is the time in order to really show that you are a strong candidate and that you're a great fit for that role or you're a great fit for that research program. Every single student in the class has just some amazing capabilities. They have taken in the information that's been delivered to them in the class, and they've really taken it to heart and put it into action. And they're interviewing, they're submitting their statements of purpose, they're reaching out to professors, and they're having a lot of success. So when they come into the class and they share it with me, it's really exciting to see their own excitement. Having done this and watched students really struggle without having these resources, without having this class, without having someone to ping off of, hey, Sally, I've got an interview tomorrow. Can you jump on Zoom with me for a few minutes and give me some tips? And then to get that call back saying, okay, I got it. I got the offer. And they're just beaming. And it's just, it makes it so fun. It's why I love what I do. And I'm so glad to be a part of the Berkeley Global Access program and being able to teach these young, bright individuals.
And our graduates are loving the ability to take Sally's course. Like Laura Zhu, let's hear from her.
Hi, my name is Kaiwen Zhu, and I'm from China, but you can also call me Laura. I am business major, But here, this semester, I chose like several different courses, and some of them are not my major, so I may not have enough background information about it, so I may sometimes have to like ask some questions to the professors, but they're always like happy and welcome to questions no matter how much you know or what kind of person you are. I'm more inspired to study, and also like their attitude and their passion about their work. I'm so glad that I've taken Professor Sally's class because that's the first time I've ever been so formally educated about what I have to prepare for the graduate school application or like for job application, and how to like write a personal statement, how to polish an essay, how to construct all these different documents. So I would say it helped me to like enter a new stage of life. It's like kind of big, but it's true. BG program helped me like better understand myself and understand how the education system works here in the US. Well, I would definitely recommend BG to other students, and if I have to say something to them, I would say just try to explore more. Berkeley is a very interesting city. There are a lot of interesting stuff happening like everywhere, and there are good food, good places to go. I know that GPA stuff, they matter a lot, and the school workload is kind of heavy, but when you look back some years from now and all you can recall is the textbooks and the reading stuff, that's not fun. So just enjoy yourself and explore more.
A question I get asked a lot from students is how much the program costs. The total cost is between $15,714 to $18,369 US, depending on how many units you take during the semester. Don't forget that housing is not included in the cost, but we estimate that housing will cost about $12,000 US per semester. So the total cost per semester would be between $27,714 and $30,369 US. Again, depending on how many units of courses you take during the semester. We also offer scholarships. Scholarships are available up to $2,000, and you need to apply for the scholarship at the same time as when you apply for the program. You will need to apply early. To apply for the scholarship, you'll need to submit an online application where you'll provide responses to 2 personal insight questions, no more than 200 words each, on the topics listed on the slide. We also ask that you submit your most recent resume or CV. Finally, you'll need to have an academic or professional colleague complete our recommendation form directly in your application. This can be a faculty member or a teacher from your current studies, or a supervisor, a manager from work. You will be asked to provide their contact details in the relevant section of your application. So, how do you get started on this exciting educational opportunity at Berkeley? We accept applications from top qualified students who have completed at least 1 semester of undergraduate study and have a minimum GPA of 3.0. You must also meet any prerequisites of courses that you intend to take. This is a competitive academic program with an English language proficiency requirement. You can see the tests and scores that we accept displayed on the screen. If you meet these admission requirements, we encourage you to start and submit your online application. Firstly, you have the option to submit a personal statement. Please note that this essay is not required to be considered for admission to our Berkeley Global Access program. It is entirely optional and primarily intended to allow applicants to explain any anomalies or unique circumstances present in their applications, such as a low GPA, a failed course, or a significant change in major. In these cases, you may choose to submit a personal statement to provide context. You'll also need to submit official university transcripts, proof of your English language proficiency, and a copy of your passport. There is also a non-refundable application fee that you'll pay when you submit your application. The application is entirely online. You will upload your documents and complete the application process electronically. Scan the QR code to see more details about each of the documents needed. Now, I'm going to tell you all about the incredible academic and cultural experience you can have with our Berkeley Haas Global Access Program, also known as BHGAP. This program is focused on entrepreneurship, sustainability, and innovation. Let's take an inside look at this program. As I previously mentioned, BHGAP is also a short-term program with 2 different start dates each year. Students can join us for the fall term from August to December, the spring term from January to May, or participate in both semesters to fully experience life and academics at Berkeley for an entire year. The Haas School of Business has 4 principles that guide the curriculum and the overall learning experience. You'll see the 4 principles here. The first is question the status quo, which means that we thrive at the epicenter of innovation. We make progress by speaking our minds, even when it challenges convention. We lead by championing bold ideas and taking intelligent risks. Confidence without attitude means that we make decisions based on evidence and analysis, giving us the confidence to act with humility. We foster collaboration by building a foundation of empathy, inclusion, and trust. Students always means that we are a community designed to support curiosity. We actively seek out diverse perspectives as part of our lifelong pursuit of personal and intellectual growth. There is always more to learn. And finally, beyond yourself means that we shape our world by leading ethically and responsibly. As stewards of our enterprises, we take the longer view in our decisions and actions. This often means putting the collective good above our own interests. So, what does this look like in practice? These next few slides outline the academic experience provided to our students. Exclusive access to Berkeley Haas courses. Through this program, students gain access to a curated selection of Berkeley Haas courses. These classes reflect Haas's strengths in innovation, leadership, and data-driven decision-making, allowing students to experience the rigor and classroom culture of a top-ranked business school. Ability to take main campus electives. In addition to Haas coursework, students may choose from a range of electives across disciplines. This flexibility allows students to tailor their academic experience, explore complementary fields, and deepen subject matter expertise aligned with their academic or career goals. Undergraduate and graduate tracks. The BHGAP program also offers distinct undergraduate and graduate tracks to ensure appropriate academic depth and peer learning. Each track is designed to meet students where they are academically, providing a structured pathway that supports progression while maintaining high academic standards. In total, you'll take 12 to 15 units each semester for a full-time program of study. At the end of your one semester of study, you'll receive a certificate. If you choose to start your studies in the fall semester, here is a sample schedule of your classes. These courses are taught at the Haas building on campus by Haas faculty. The first of your core courses is Thriving at Haas and Beyond. In this class, you will receive one-on-one coaching sessions and visit some amazing Silicon Valley companies in person. In addition, you will learn how to succeed as a Haas student, identify your professional path forward, and enhance your personal and professional development. In Changing Climate and Business Strategy, you will cover how business is affected by climate change and how changing business practices can improve or worsen the climate outlook. Entrepreneurship will teach you how to lead an entrepreneurial venture, focusing on businesses that start small by design and with hard work and good luck can be expected to develop into complex enterprises. Ethics in Artificial Intelligence explores how autonomous systems have become the brains of the modern data economy. As a critical change maker, you will learn about the issues that surround AI and the principles of responsible design and governance structures in order to mitigate them and turn them into opportunities for enrichment of society. In addition to your core courses, you will also take electives. Example electives include learning about business communication, product management, artificial intelligence, ethics for leaders, or pricing. We select these electives from the most popular courses and top faculty here at Haas. You also have the option to take a class from the general UC Berkeley course catalog, so this could be a class from arts and humanities, engineering, languages, mathematics and sciences, or social sciences. This elective could be related to your major or a class you find interesting as a part of your overall study abroad experience. If you start studying with us in the spring semester, you'll take the Thriving at Haas and Introduction to Entrepreneurship core courses that I have already described. Your other options for a core course are listed here. Again, you'll also take electives. A couple of those electives will be Haas business courses and one from the main campus. I suggest you visit our program's webpage to see a full list of electives that are offered and note that course availability is subject to change. Additionally, one of the great aspects of this program is that you will be taking your courses alongside U.S. students. So there's lots of time to practice your English language skills, make new friends, and really learn what it's like to live and study in the United States. Now, I'm sure many of you are interested in becoming eligible to apply for optional practical training, more commonly known as OPT. If you choose to study with us for 2 semesters in this program, you may become eligible to apply for this opportunity to put your newly learned skills and knowledge to practical use. OPT is a temporary 12-month work authorization in the United States, permitting you to stay an additional 12 months after your academic program ends to complete paid work. If you decide on this combined educational and work experience option, you should expect to be in the U.S. for approximately 2 years in total. OPT allows you to see how a U.S. business runs, build a professional network, and get paid work experience in the U.S. that you can add to your CV or resume. Combined with your studies at UC Berkeley, OPT can give you a competitive edge as you enter the workforce, advance in your career, or apply to graduate school. So if you start in the fall, you will need to continue studying in the spring semester and then become eligible to apply for OPT. If you start in the spring, you will need to continue studying in the fall semester and then apply for OPT. As part of this program, you'll also have the opportunity to visit Bay Area companies and learn why the Bay Area is the center of cutting-edge entrepreneurship. Check out why students have really enjoyed visiting these startup companies.
The BH Gap program evolved me in two ways. First of all, the academic way. I learned a lot about entrepreneurial skills. I really got that sense of creating something and being creative. Hello, my name is Lea Florin Müller. I'm from Germany and I was a recent student in the Berkeley Global Access program, also known as BH Gap. It offers really great connections to entrepreneurs in the Silicon Valley. Our guest speakers came from a lot of different industries and sectors. Some companies were Google, Instagram, Microsoft, Skydeck. It was just a great insight you wouldn't normally get in other universities. The special thing about this program is the course Thriving at Haas and Beyond. In this class we have guest speakers, cohort talks, company visits. In this class I really like the coaching circles, developing our soft skills, talk a little bit about our weaknesses and also improving our networking skills because that's really important in the business world. The highlights of my time abroad was really the people, not only in class but also in iHouse, this is the international house where I lived. It was really great. I found there a lot of friends from all over the world. It was like a little family. We had pretty small class size. We got to know each other. We could talk to our professors, lecturers, and even the guest speakers, getting to know the area, San Francisco, doing a road trip down to Highway 1, all the way down to LA, and yeah, just seeing the Californian coast. I think no other program provides this international aspect. I learned a lot about myself in this program and spending my time abroad. It was a really, really big step for me, getting out of my comfort zone, being away like 9,000 miles from my friends and family. I would never imagine that I was so brave. I would recommend the BH Gap to everyone who wants to be curious, be creative, and wants to learn in an entrepreneurial environment.
Another perk of this program is that you get career counseling and professional development assistance. Let's hear from some past students who may have been nervous at first, but ended up absolutely loving their career counseling sessions.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Berkeley's BH Gap program. I'm Heidi.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Katerina. We're your coaching team for the semester, and we are so excited to work with you.
We found that it can be difficult to understand what coaching really is until you experience it. So instead of us telling you about it, we asked a few past students to tell you about their experience.
Take a look, and we'll see you at orientation.
At first, I really think it must be the most boring and impractical courses in our program. I don't know why people would like to be coached.
It can seem strange at first to talk about your very inner feelings with a complete stranger.
I would admit that at the beginning it sounds frightening to talk to someone that you barely know about issues that you consider to be personal.
I got the answer after my first coaching session.
What surprised me the most is that it's really about me.
I like the one-on-one coaching sessions far more than I thought I would, just because it allowed me to address and ask the questions that were relevant to me.
I could talk about what I needed and what I wanted.
It was a fantastic opportunity for me to reflect on myself, to see where I have to improve.
It's a great way to bridge the gap between the person that you are today and the person that you want to be in the future.
I could talk about basically anything, life in California, job search, career choices, and having someone with experience and with a different point of view listening to you and helping you figuring out your choices was really great.
You don't even just have to talk about your study, the program, or even Berkeley. You can talk about anything you're interested in. For me, I'm interested in promoting my confidence.
I learned how to give appropriate feedback to my teammates.
I figured out what I want to do with my life.
How to overcome my fear of failure.
It was such an enriching experience to be able to discuss with someone how I'm feeling, studying online, cope up with the stress, anxiety. That coaching session was so beneficial to me.
You're going to be having sessions with people that have experience in listening to other people and turning those words into concrete actions and steps that you can take in order to reach your personal goals.
The coaching sessions was one of the most valuable experiences at UC Berkeley.
It's a huge opportunity, so go ahead and take it.
Please make the most out of your time at UC Berkeley and do as many coaching sessions as possible. It's worth it.
Mingle with your fellow visiting students and UC Berkeley degree-seeking students to build connections and community. The Haas School of Business also hosts a number of conferences, speaker series, and events that highlight major issues and trends in the field. After completing the program, you can become a part of the Haas Alumni Network and the BHGAP LinkedIn group. Seen on this slide is a photo from a fall alumni panel that Ascend Berkeley chapter hosted with speakers from Ernst & Young, Morgan Stanley, and Solvay. At the beginning of the program, you'll attend an orientation and welcome lunch, a chance to get to know your fellow students as well as Haas faculty and staff. You'll also connect with your fellow students during cohort lunches throughout the program, some featuring guest speakers from Berkeley leadership. At the end of this program, we celebrate all that you have learned and achieved with a wonderful closing ceremony in our beautiful Haas reception area. Faculty members applaud your work, fellow classmates give speeches, and you're awarded with a certificate to honor your achievement. The Berkeley Haas Global Access Program opens so many doors, including those for graduate Anna Julia Storch. Check out what Anna has been up to since completing this program.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, I'm from Germany, and I used to be part of the first BHGAP cohort in 2018. Right now, I'm leading a business line in the field of educational technology for a company called Modus, where I've built a business from scratch. A typical workday for me starts around 8 a.m. with a daily team meeting, where we shortly discuss the upcoming tasks and some challenges we might have. Then from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm usually in meetings with customers, partners, team members of course, and sometimes applicants. And after 6 p.m. I try to make myself some dinner and concentrate on tasks like preparing sales pitches, doing project planning, calculating financials, or also preparing the meetings for the next day. The BHGAP influenced me in many ways. It opened the doors to an internship in Silicon Valley, where I realized that I wanted to build businesses in the future. And most importantly, the BHGAP gave me the opportunity to become friends with really inspiring people from all over the world. And this is what made this experience so special to me. One of the skills that I learned during the BHGAP that I still apply today is to approach a problem from a different, much more positive perspective. Whenever there's a challenge or whenever there's an idea, I will always try to make it happen, or at least try it out, instead of just thinking of all the problems and the roadblocks that might be ahead in the future. So the biggest takeaway from the BHGAP experience for me is that we need to think differently and we need to think bigger in order to make a real change to the world. And that incorporates going out of our comfort zone and challenging our assumptions on a daily basis.
A question I get asked a lot from students is how much the program costs. The total cost is $22,094 per semester, which includes tuition and all program enhancements like company visits and career coaching. So if you wanted to stay for both fall and spring semesters, that cost would be $44,188. Don't forget that housing is not included in the cost, but we estimate that housing will cost about $12,000 per semester. We also offer scholarships. Scholarships are available up to $5,000, and you need to apply for the scholarship at the same time as when you apply for the program, and we recommend applying early. To apply for the scholarship, you'll need to submit an online application where you'll provide responses to 2 personal insight questions, no more than 200 words each, on the topics listed on the slide. We also ask that you submit your most recent resume or CV. Finally, you'll need to have an academic or professional colleague complete our recommendation form directly in your application. This can be a faculty member or teacher from your current studies or a supervisor or manager from work. You will be asked to provide their contact details in the relevant section of your application. So, how do you get started on this exciting educational opportunity at Haas? We accept applications from top qualified students who have completed at least 2 years of undergraduate study with a minimum GPA of 3.0. This is a competitive academic program with an English language proficiency requirement. You can see the tests and scores that we accept displayed on the screen. As part of your application to BHGAP, you will submit a short 1 to 2 minute video statement within our application system. This recording allows us to understand your academic interests, motivation, and readiness for study at UC Berkeley. In addition to your proof of English language proficiency discussed in the previous slide, you'll need to provide official university transcripts and a copy of your passport. There is also a non-refundable application fee that you'll pay for when you submit your application. The application is entirely online. You will upload your documents and complete the application process electronically. Scan the QR code to see more details about each of the requirements. Now, for those of you interested in technology and the future of artificial intelligence or AI, I want to introduce you to our Berkeley Global Computing and Data Science program, also referred to as CDS Global. This specialized program is a partnership between UC Berkeley Extension and the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society, CDSS. This is UC Berkeley's newest college and is home to the #1 ranked data science program in the United States. Our mission with this program is big. We want you to explore solutions to society's greatest challenges through computing. You get the student support of Berkeley Global combined with the academic prestige of a top-ranked college. To truly understand the vision behind this curriculum, let's hear directly from the leadership. We are going to hear from Jennifer Chase, the Dean of the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society. She will share how this college was built specifically to address the opportunities of a future being transformed by AI.
I'm Jennifer Chase, Dean of the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society. We are providing our talented, diverse student body with an unparalleled learning experience within and beyond the classroom. Preparing the leaders who will shape the future means embracing creativity and innovation in our educational programs and opportunities for student research and entrepreneurship. We hope you will join our community of innovators, change makers, and supporters.
As Dean Chase highlighted, this is where education meets the Silicon Valley ecosystem. By joining this program, you are equipping yourself with the technical tools and ethical frameworks necessary to become a true innovator. I want to be clear about the academic experience. It is 100% Berkeley. You are not in a separate visiting student cohort. You are taking Berkeley classes on our main campus, learning from renowned faculty and sitting in class with matriculated Berkeley degree students. You will experience the same academic rigor and campus life as degree-seeking students. This is your chance to measure yourself against some of the brightest minds in the world. So let's look at the curriculum. We know that getting into core data science classes at Berkeley can be challenging because of their popularity. That is the biggest advantage of CDS Global: access. Each semester, you will take up to 13 units. First, a specialized required seminar called Computing Data Science in the Future Workplace. Second, a core course, and we reserve a seat for you in this class so you don't have to worry about seat limitations. And finally, 2 electives that allow you to customize your learning path. The units you earn here are UC Berkeley academic credits, which can be transferred back to your home university or used to strengthen your application for graduate school. We also believe that learning happens outside of the classroom. That's why we organize immersive company visits. We give you access to the innovative landscape of Silicon Valley. You'll explore the ecosystem spanning from established tech leaders to burgeoning startups. You'll see firsthand how the concepts you are learning in class are being applied to solve real-world problems. It's an incredible opportunity to network and gain a new perspective on your potential future career. We operate on the same academic calendar as the main campus. Our fall semester runs from mid-August through December, and our spring semester runs from mid-January through May. You'll arrive a week before classes start for orientation to settle in and meet your cohort. We also offer options for students looking to spend a full academic year at Berkeley. For those of you looking ahead, please note that the fall application deadline is typically in June, while our spring application deadline is near October-November timeframe. I highly recommend applying well before that date to ensure you have plenty of time for housing and visa arrangements. Let's look at the costs. The tuition for the semester is $20,169 US. This covers your 13 units of coursework. In addition to tuition, we estimate that you will need about $12,000 US for living expenses. This covers housing, food, transportation, and books. So the total estimated cost for this semester is roughly $32,169 US. While this is an investment, remember what you are getting: access to a transcript from UC Berkeley Extension, an official certificate of completion, reserved seats in competitive classes, and access to the Silicon Valley ecosystem. So, who is this program for? We are looking for students ready for a rigorous challenge. To apply, you need to have completed at least 1 year of undergraduate coursework. While we don't have a strict minimum GPA, most of our accepted students have a 3.0 GPA or higher. You also need to meet specific prerequisites. For the core courses, this means prior coursework in statistics, linear algebra, multivariable calculus, and proficiency in a programming language like Python. Because these are advanced, fast-paced Berkeley classes, strong English skills are essential. You can see the accepted English proficiency test scores displayed on the screen. The application process is straightforward and online. You will need to submit a video essay introducing yourself and responding to a prompt such as, "What do you think about the future of artificial intelligence?" This video is an opportunity for us to get to know you and hear your authentic perspective. You'll also submit your official academic transcripts, proof of English proficiency, and a copy of your passport. We review applications on a rolling basis, so I encourage you to apply early to secure your spot. If you're interested in continuing your undergraduate studies in physics, I encourage you to apply for our Berkeley Physics International Education Program, also known as BPI. For BPI, you can either choose to begin your studies during the fall or spring term or apply for both, allowing you to immerse yourself in the full Berkeley experience across an entire academic year. You'll study physics with some of the world's brightest students and most distinguished faculty. Each semester, you'll take 12 academic units of courses, which include classes about quantum mechanics, atomic physics, solid-state physics, biophysics, string theory, cosmology, thermal and statistical physics, data science, and more. In addition, you can enroll in the Physics 199 independent study class, where you learn about research and write a research paper. Other features include research lab tours, including to the Lawrence Hall of Science, academic and graduate school advising, and exclusive lunches with our faculty, some of whom are Nobel laureates. So how much does the Berkeley Physics International Education Program cost? The total cost is $23,369 per semester, which includes tuition and all program enhancements. Don't forget that housing is not included in the cost. We estimate that housing will cost about $12,000 per semester for a total of $35,369. If you wanted to stay for both fall and spring semesters, the cost for tuition alone without housing would be $46,738. So how can you begin your academic journey at Berkeley? We welcome applications from highly qualified students who have completed at least 1 year of undergraduate study and hold a minimum GPA of 3.0. Proof of English language proficiency is also required. The accepted exams and minimum scores are shown on the screen. For admission to BPI, the Statement of Purpose helps us evaluate your academic preparation, goals, and overall motivation for the program. We use it to understand your background beyond grades and to advise you on relevant courses and campus opportunities. The essay should be 800 to 1,000 words. This is also where you may address any irregularities in your academic record if applicable. In addition to the English language proficiency requirement covered on the previous slide, applicants must submit official university transcripts and a copy of their passport. A non-refundable application fee is also required at the time of submission. The application is completed entirely online, including uploading all required documents. Please scan the QR code for more detailed information about each requirement. We want to make sure that your time with us is enjoyable and that you get to experience life in Berkeley to its fullest. You will be a Cal Bear from day one. Outside of the classroom, you can join numerous activities that are being held on campus every day. We have more than 1,200 student clubs and organizations. You can join a pre-professional group or take part in one of our unique clubs, such as Hackers at Berkeley and Skateboarding Crew of Berkeley. There are tons of museums, film archives, and concerts. Hosting famous musicians, artists, and speakers is a daily occurrence at Berkeley. Or join one of our 34 club sports and endless intramural teams. Become part of an intramural group, work out in one of our 4 state-of-the-art recreational centers, or enjoy off-campus sports like snowboarding or surfing. We've also made time for you to sightsee our beautiful city and state. The campus itself offers numerous trails and walking tours. You can easily take public transportation to get to San Francisco, where you can hop on a streetcar, shop in Union Square, grab fresh seafood at Fisherman's Wharf, take in a baseball game, or wander around our many culturally diverse neighborhoods. We are also a short drive from excellent wineries, redwood forests, amazing beaches, and incredible mountains. You can take a short flight to Los Angeles or Las Vegas. Some of our students have also taken a trip to Hawaii during a break. California and the West Coast have so much to do and enjoy. But I want you to see all of the great activities you can do in Berkeley. Check out this video from Berkeley Haas Global Access Program graduate Cassie Lynn, who recorded her time with us here in Berkeley.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my own life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower. Fit the box, fit the mold, ever see it in the foyer. Take a number, I was lightning before the thunder.
so many exciting things to do and see here in Berkeley. And to make sure your time is safe and productive, we have an entire office dedicated to supporting our visiting students. We're there each step of the way to help you, from the application process to your time studying with us at Berkeley and after your program ends. Our goal is that your Berkeley experience is positive, safe, fun, and productive. Part of each international program is the new student orientation, where you go over program requirements, receive your class schedule, and meet our staff. In addition, you receive important information about medical insurance, visa documents, traveling, and more. We also provide you with a range of services, including on-site academic advising, help understanding your health insurance plan, student visa and housing advice, intercultural training, program and academic orientation, social activities, resume and interview workshops, graduate admission workshops, and more. Many of you may be wondering, where am I going to live? And that's an important question. We have a variety of housing options that are very close to campus where you'll be taking courses. One option is similar to a dorm where meals, activities, Wi-Fi, and such are included. Some students rent private or shared apartments. Some students prefer homestays. We have staff members who can help you determine and select the right housing option for your needs and budget. We estimate that you'll be spending around $12,000 per semester on your housing. Your housing cost is not included in the overall program cost. Again, we have a team who will help you find the right housing option for you and that fits in your budget. Thank you for submitting your questions throughout the presentation, many of which I've been able to answer during the presentation. Here are a few more that have come in. Is the coursework transferable? The majority of students in our programs will transfer those credits to either a program they're completing back in their home country or to another program here in the United States. Students are encouraged to consult with their home university or university where they want to transfer the credits to ensure that they will accept the coursework. Do these Berkeley Global Access programs give you any advantage to applying to UC Berkeley later? These programs will strengthen your resume just like any other academic program. You will complete college-level coursework and have access to an official transcript that demonstrates your academic performance, which you can submit as a part of graduate school applications. Another question we often get, do I need an F1 visa? Yes. If you are not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident of the United States, you must obtain an F1 student visa in order to study in Berkeley for any of our programs. If you are already in the United States on a visa that is not an F1, please contact us to discuss your eligibility. We have dedicated staff members who will help you through this process, and we will issue you the paperwork that you need in order to apply for the F1 visa in your home country. Time for one last question. I have 3 years of work experience. Am I eligible for these programs? The answer is yes. Professionals can take part in these programs, and they're very well suited for them. Well, that's all the time we have to take your questions. But if you have any additional questions that I wasn't able to answer, here is my email address, or you can scan the QR codes to make an admissions advising appointment or visit our help center for more information. I would love to hear from you and discuss how our various programs for visiting students can fit your educational or professional goals. If you haven't already done so, I suggest filling out our newsletter sign-up form on the website. You'll receive emails about our programs, upcoming deadlines, and other information. Thank you again for taking the time to learn about our exciting educational programs. I hope to see you in Berkeley soon.